Okay, so we're going to go over the steps to solve an equation. The first step is always to isolate the variable. And the way we do that is by using the inverse operation, which is the opposite operation of what the problem is. And so if we look at A, it is n subtract 1 equals 1/3. Well, the opposite operation or the inverse operation of subtraction would be addition. So we're going to add 1 to both sides. That will cancel this out and leave the n. And now we add 1 and 1/3, 1 and 1/3, and that equals 1 and 1/3. Which is not 2/3, so that would not be the right answer. So then we look at the next problem, and it's a multiplication problem. Is 16n equals 24. And so the opposite of multiplication would be division. So we're going to divide both sides by 16. That's going to leave 1 n. And I'm going to have to work this out. So remember, our numerator always goes in the house. So 16 goes into 24 one time. And that leaves 8. 16 cannot go into 8, so I'm going to go ahead and add a decimal. Bring down the 0. 16 can go into 80 5 times. So that answer is 1 5/10. And that is not 2/3. Okay, so the next one would be is another multiplication problem. It's 15n equals 10. So same thing, we divide by 15 on both sides. By the way, I know this leaves 1 n, but n is already 1 n, so we don't have to put the 1. We can just leave it as n. And 10 divided by 15, well, can't go in there into 10, so we have to add a decimal, add a 0. 15 can go into 100 6 times. That leaves 90. Trying to leave enough room over here. So 100 minus 90 is 10. Looks like it's going to repeat. It's going to be 6. It's just going to keep repeating. So that's when we would put our repeating decimal line over there. Now, if you remember that when we did our benchmark fraction, decimals, and percents, that 1/3 was 333 thousandths, and 2/3 was 666 thousandths. And so this actually is 2/3. But let's go ahead and do the last one, which is an adding problem. So the inverse operation, the opposite operation would be subtraction. 1 1/3.